Alrighty, I don't know what the hell to call it. It's not really a roll cage, more like a roll bar, just a really beefy one. That's all done. It's all welded in, it's been painted. The welds don't look fantastic. I'm not a good welder, but I can make metal stick to metal. That's all that really matters. Here's the back of it. I think it looks pretty sweet. I'm also not really good at fitting pipes together. Jeez, like I overthink it, I think. And just the way I do it is kind of like time consuming. It looks pretty good. I like it. Should be quite strong too. Also with the bead pillar, strengthening with this thing. It's basically just sheet. It's not sheet metal, but it's a little thicker than sheet metal. I guess it is sheet metal. Just I'm not sure what size it was. It was somewhere around an eighth. And it's all boxed in on the backside too. It's kind of wet still. And it's welded in to the frame, both to the bead pillar here. It's all nice and sturdy. With this and this, I think I could probably roll it over and not be killed, as long as I'm not ejected to the freaking wide open gaping hole here in the door where the door was. That's why I always wear my seatbelt if I do something crazy. Yep, she's coming along. Next project is to weld these steel. This big old nasty beast steel. It's like a 1/4 inch thick, square tubing. That's going to be the what originally was this. It was for the links and the crossmember for the links. But because of how the car is shaped, with this wall here and the floor being pretty much even with this floor where it comes together, with the diff where it's at, it's not gonna have much room for the links if the links are here. The links will come back like this, right through here, under here, not through here, but under here. Then they're gonna be within like an inch or two of this corner there. You can see right there, all that flooring is kind of getting away where the diff is. I don't want the diff too high, too low. I kind of want to get it in the right spot. And it's, from what I was seeing, it didn't really give enough space for the links to travel upwards more than like an inch or two. So, but if we move back to here, there to here, I want to tie this all in, weld it in real nice and tight, and then I'll build a mounted crossmember to that as well. So basically this whole floor here is going to get a reinforcement tied into this frame rail here, this wall here, and the tunnel there on both sides. It's going to be really strong. I'm going to use this for that, and it's going to be for the crossmember as well. I've got another piece over there. That stuff's really expensive. It's really heavy. It's really beefy, so it should be strong enough to hold links and not bend or whatever, you know. And so the car should be pretty sound, pretty sturdy after all this is done. And yeah, I hope it has less body flex in it, because without the whole back of the car, it kind of had a lot of body flex, and that ended up breaking the transmission tail housing one year because there's so much body flex, and that was just a big old nightmare. I did fix that with a different crossmember for the transmission. But this is both aesthetically and functional at the same time. Aesthetically pleasing and functional. So yeah, I'm glad I did it. I've always wanted to do something like this with this car. I think the roof rack looked kind of out of place. It looked kind of silly actually. This gives it more like a Baja look for sure. So you look at all that and you see it, you're like, what the H is this? People have no idea what this is a lot of the time. And to me, it's obvious it's a freaking Subaru, but like, there's so much done to it. It's got these big old tires on it, and it's gonna get even bigger tires on it. So it is kind of hard to like just picture like where it's been and what it originally started out as, considering when there's so much taken off of it. And also, you know, the piece de resistance, the 5.3 LS. So it doesn't sound like a Subaru. It doesn't look like a Subaru. Oh, let's see. Paper. Let's look at this. Also, since I had to take the fuel tank out, you can see there's no fuel tank there anymore. It doesn't really matter to me because I had a hole in it anyways. I had a hole in it for years. And I had a plug in it. And it was going to fail eventually and just make a huge mess. Also, because the links where they were going to be, the fuel tank just took up too much space. So when you get back here in this tire well tunnel, what the hell it's called, when you get a 20-gallon fuel cell in here, I want to get as flush as I possibly can to this, and then build like a cage for it that sits down underneath the car and protects it from getting bashed in and whatnot. That'll be the last thing that goes in the car. It's gonna be $1,200 for the fuel cell, the fuel pump, the return lines, the feed lines, all the AN fittings. Yeah, it's just, I hate messing with fuel, but it's necessary. Obviously, can't run a car without it. I don't like messing with it. It always freaks me out. And there's almost always a leak when you first start it up. It's just kind of the nature of the beast. Yeah, I hope you guys like it, and I hope to have this thing on the road soon.